Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to give you a tour of my enchanted snow globe home. This house is definitely one of my more unique projects, and I went with the concept of a small town celebrating Halloween. As soon as you port in, you'll be in this large tent, and as you look around you'll see a ton of smaller gold trinkets. Over here on this bookshelf we have the Peddler of Prizes. I wanted to give them their own shop, and the dialogue is of course very fitting.
You have more shinies.
Now I've had this house for a while, a few years now, and to be honest, I was using it as storage because I didn't want a lot of these furnishings to just take up inventory space or bake space when I wasn't doing anything with them. So I gave myself the challenge of, rather than just have this house be storage, use the furnishings that are here and put something together. And once I came up with a theme, it started making a ton of sense. So you're gonna see furnishings from my other builds here, just like the extra pieces. And I definitely felt like adding crates everywhere added to the overall effect. Plus, hammered home the idea that a lot of this stuff is just storage. Here we have a little banking stall, then we have a few other chests. Taking a step back, you'll see this little banner marking the entrance. This is actually the Jester's Event Furnishing Pack stage, and I had no idea what to do with it, but I did like the little banner effect it had up top, so I just clipped it through the ground. This really made it feel much more like a festive Halloween event. As you enter, you're going to see this wedding planter, as well as a scarecrow here in the center. This is just the centerpiece that I was going for. Coming over here, we have another small shed. I had a handful of furnishings for small rooms that just, again, didn't really do anything with, so consolidated them here. I ended up getting a non-combat pet that looks just like my dog, so I gave him his own little room, and he's got a pretty chill life in game too. This stable comes with the house, and I had no idea what to do with it. I've done 5 or 6 different iterations of completely different concepts. None of it really worked, so just to simplify everything, I used the boar that I had at my Panther Fang Chapel, placed it here. We have our little cake vendor over here, just a collection of cakes from years past. And right here, this structure was one that I just put together that I thought looked really, really cool, especially with that little turret piece up top. There's no way to get in this. This is purely just for looks, and it consolidates a lot of the extra furnishings that I have. Back here, we have this tent. This is one of the later furnishings that I added, so overall concept of another small shop with a few various things. We got some grave stakes, we got some banners, you can see there in the back. And over here we have another stable. Now in here I have 2 of my luckier drops. I have the Wraithtide Wolf, which is an Apex reward, and then my Blood Moon Wolf that is a Radiant Apex reward that I did get on video. This was really nice moment for this house, so absolutely love this thing. And I feel like this fits, you know. If you look around the lighthouse, you'll see a ton of different lighting effects that I put on it. One of the most notable is at the top, rather than having the yellow light, I used some Varla stones to make the light blue, and I thought that looked really cool. The issue that I found is a lot of things felt out of place just being directly in the snow, so putting them on a platform really cleaned that up. I had this other merchant stall, so I wanted to create a little spot where you could theoretically sit down and eat, just kind of filling in space. I really liked the concept of putting platforms along the edges. Now this small castle structure was something that I built from the extra pieces from my Panther Fang Chapel. Now next to it you can see we have the vision of the Blood Moon. This I was able to get from the Crown Crate opening video that I did. Now next to the castle, this is just a little Thieves Guild section. The basic idea is the more bounty sheets I get, the more I'll fill up this wall, but I already have a good amount of them used in my other houses. So then here in this tent, this was a little bit more of the just filler bits, because a lot of the furnishings here I had forever. A lot of them are library furnishings, so I went about putting this table down, added these little ledgers, and just started placing the books that I had. We have the Emerald Candlefly Gathering, we have a few extra crafting stations here, a few other antiquity furnishings as well. Really this whole shop is a collection of things that I picked up that I liked, but didn't necessarily have a clear path for. You have this haunted broom right here, which very Harry Potter vibe, and as soon as you walk in you'll notice that everything is blue here as well. So a few different things. There is some blue lighting effects that are being just kind of like hidden in the ground. I placed this little blue fog above the main section of the room, and I got these little individual candles to put in it. I thought it looked really cool. Over here we have this little alchemy inspired desk. We also have these trophies that I placed on the wall. The little plaque that it's on is actually just a table. I had a few extra tables, so I decided to make more of a display for it. These extra counters right here, I placed in sequential and put an enchanting table, clipped it right through. This little lightning effect is a Spellscar shard. I thought it fit very well, and just a collection of crystals that never made it into my other houses. Coming down here, I decided to go for more of a dining area, so we have the Jubilee cake right here on display. Over here we have the haunted table with haunted chairs. Now the table being haunted, this is all it does. I really like the effect, but not really anything scary. We have a few bookshelves from my Panther Fang Chapel that placed against the wall. Some shelves above them that have been in storage forever, so added some purpose to them. Got a few trophies here in the center. This skeleton fits perfectly in this display case that you can get from the achievement vendor in Somerset. And the Stone Lore Dogwood Potted Tree fits perfectly in here. Also goes with the Halloween theme, so threw that in there. Then we can go downstairs to the main bedroom, and this is the one bedroom I actually have, like, of all my houses. So this isn't finished. I have about 50 furnishing spaces left that I'm kind of leaving open because I did complete the idea of cleaning out my storage. You know, the large storage chests do help a ton as well, but my character now only has like 40 items on him at any point. I've got a lot of these Cold Harbor style furnishings from the luxury furnisher and decided to put them all here in the main room. So over here we have bed, which is the levitating bed that I've been a big fan of for a long time. Underneath the bed, I have the tribunal stained glass window, and I positioned it just specifically so that it would project its light onto the skull. Over here, this is like the little lounge area. So we've got the table, we've got a cat that I picked up at some point, a few pillows on the ground to make it more inviting. Now this haunted bookcase here in the back, I really don't know what they were going for with this. I was under the assumption that it would basically be like a hidden door, but when you open it, it still has this piece in the back of it. I just think it looks cool, just as is. Now over here, we have my chamber pot that I also got from the Jester's Event Furnishing Pack. I wish that if you sat on it, it had a sound effect, but it doesn't. Now I just picked this up like a couple days ago, the Moth Priest Cleansing Bowl. I placed it here in the center, and I realized there was a toilet, and we can call this a sink, so there's technically a functioning restroom in here. Now there's still space for more furnishings, but again, completed the concept of just cleaning out my storage. So if we go upstairs and we go to like this little back area right here, not much here, and then up towards the stairs, same thing. We have this Void Anomaly crystal, whatever you want to call it, in this display case as well. But that is the house. Definitely a very accomplishing feeling, getting my storage empty and actually being able to utilize all this stuff in a little bit more of a intentional way. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.